subcontractor agreements are really important. First off, your insurance company really needs a contract that states in it that you have requirements for insurance that they have to hold when they're working for you. One would be making sure that they have a hold harmless agreement inside their agreement with you. Hold harmless agreement is basically set up to protect you in case they have a claim that their work caused on your job, so they won't come back and try to subrogate from you. So they're holding back from harming you and your company. So it's a real important piece, and all the insurance companies require you to have a hold harmless agreement. And that's just one of the things inside the sub-agreement that you need to have. One is that they have you as a certificate holder inside the sub-agreement. That means that your company is named on their certificate that you require them to give you prior to starting the work on the job. So if an issue comes up, basically a claim comes up, you're going to be able to give that certificate to your insurance company to go over to the subcontractor's insurance company and argue the claim that they're responsible. Really, the big piece, this is all about risk management. If we have a good subcontractor agreement in place that has all the insurance requirements that are needed for your insurance company to protect you, then they can go after and move the risk from you and over to the subcontractors. This is very normal in the business. This is what's required for you and for your insurance company to protect you in the best ways. It's good for your clients. It's good for everyone. If those subcontractor agreements have the standard requirements from the additional insured and certificates for you and your company, to have you as a certificate holder on there, to have the hold harmless agreement in there. Those are just basically the three things that need to be in there, and that they carry workers' comp, and they require to carry workers' comp, that they carry the liability insurance at a certain amount of limits, and usually at the same limit that your company carries for at least $1 million. These are just standard requirements. But a lot of people ask me and they say, hey, why do I have to have a subcontractor agreement with all this insurance requirements in my sub-agreement? Why aren't we talking about the job? Why aren't we talking about the work they're going to do? That's in there too, don't get me wrong. But the idea is to make sure that your subcontractor agreement has the required insurance requirements to protect you from getting sued from your subcontractors, and allowing the subcontractor's insurance not to come back and have to subrogate from your insurance. And that's happening a lot, especially with general contractors, where they say, like on a workers' comp claim, hey, the subcontractor's employee got injured here, but at the same time, it was the GC's fault because there was some, the work site wasn't safe enough for the subcontractor's employee. And so they're gonna come back after the GC's insurance to say, hey, we want to be subrogated because this isn't just the subcontractor's fault. So we need to get the subcontractor agreements figured out. They have to have the right wording on there, the right insurance on there to protect you and to protect your client, because the client ultimately needs to be protected from your insurance and the subcontractor's insurance. So this is, I could talk about this for a long time, the importance of having a great subcontractor agreement in place with the insurance information on there. And I have samples of those agreements if you need, you want to know how the wording looks like. But usually you'll have a legal advisor who will help you with your contracts, and we just need to make sure that they have the required insurance requirements, because many times I send the subcontractor agreements out to the underwriters to look at, and they'll kick it back and say, hey, we don't have the required basic insurance requirements on this sub-agreement. So this is an explanation. If anybody comes back to you, if your broker comes back to you and say, hey, they're rejecting your subcontractor agreement, it doesn't have the insurance requirements in it, this video should hopefully help you understand what they're looking for and why. And then you could go to somebody and say, hey, I need to get these verbiage added into my agreement so I'm protected better and my insurance will work correctly. Thank you so much. I hope that helped. Thanks for watching, and please feel free to check out any of my other videos. If you have any questions regarding this subject matter, please contact me or email me. Thanks.